You know, something really interesting happened to me recently. It got me thinking about identity and how we change. I want you to consider this idea. Your actions don't follow your identity. Your identity follows your actions. That might sound a little backwards at first. Let me paint a picture for you and see if it sounds familiar. Picture someone who decides they want to be healthy. They go all in. They buy the fanciest workout equipment. They tell everyone about their new lifestyle. They even get those perfect matching workout clothes. For a few weeks, everything seems to be going great. But then, 3 weeks later, they're right back to their old habits. Sound familiar? Why does that happen? Here's what I've discovered. Most people try to change their identity first. They try to force it. But identity just doesn't work that way. Think of your brain like a detective. It's constantly watching what you do, not what you say. Every tiny action you take sends a signal. This is who I am. Start microscopically small. So small it almost feels stupid. Let's say you want to become a reader. Don't do what I did and declare you'll read 50 books this year. Instead, just read 1 page a day. 1. 6. That's it. Small, consistent signals reshape your self-image. They make the action feel more natural, which then strengthens your self-image even more. No willpower needed. No epic declarations. Just tiny, strategic actions that add up to massive change. This works for any kind of change you want to make. But there's a catch. You have to start smaller than your ego wants to. Way smaller. Your ego screams for dramatic change. Your brain? It whispers for consistency. And in that battle, trust me, the brain always wins. Let's talk about your brain and how it changes. Every single day, your brain is changing. And you get to decide how it changes. That's pretty incredible, don't you think? Picture your brain like a garden. Every thought you have, every action you take, every habit you repeat, they're like creating trails in that garden. Think about those old patterns you have, the limiting beliefs, the habits you're not proud of. They're just paths too. And here's the good news. You can let them grow over. Not by fighting them. Instead, we're going to build new paths. When you try to stop a habit, your brain actually focuses on it even more. Quick experiment. Don't think about pink elephants. What are you thinking about right now? Pink elephants, right? It gets us every time. So here's what we do instead. Instead of fighting the old path, focus on building the new one. Want to stop checking your phone first thing in the morning? Don't fight that urge. That just makes your brain think about your phone even more. Instead, build a new morning routine. Drink water. Stretch. Take 3 deep breaths. Whatever works for you. Every time you take that new path, you're not just creating a habit. You're literally building new neural connections. And that old path? It starts to fade. Not because you fought it. Fighting it actually makes it stronger. It fades because you simply stopped maintaining it. Like how my old route to my previous job gradually faded from my mind once I started working from home. This is the real secret to lasting change. You don't have to wage war with your old self. You just have to consistently build new paths, one tiny step at a time. Your brain will do the rest. It's literally designed for this. If you're curious about how this has worked for you before, think about any habit you've changed in the past. Maybe you started flossing, or journaling, or drinking more water. Remember how awkward it felt at first. And now, it's just you. Now that we understand how our brain creates and strengthens new pathways, let's explore how to make this process automatic. The smartest way to change your life? It's not what most people think. Stop relying on motivation. Stop counting on willpower. Instead, let's talk about something way more powerful, your environment. Take a moment. Look around your room right now. Everything you see is either pushing you toward your goals or pulling you away from them. You actually have total control over this. Let me show you what I mean. Think about water. Water always flows downhill, right? It follows the path of least resistance. And your behavior works exactly the same way. We naturally flow toward whatever's easiest in our environment. Want to eat healthier? I used to think it was all about willpower. I tried to resist those late-night cravings. But here's what actually works. Just stop buying junk food. Because at 10 p.m., when you're tired and stressed, willpower is gone. But if there's no junk food in the house, you can't eat it. I call this the friction principle. Make good habits downhill. Make bad habits uphill. Want to exercise more? Put your workout clothes right by your bed. Want to stop mindless scrolling? Delete the apps. Make it take 3 extra steps to access them. Small changes, big impact. Remember how we talked about brain patterns earlier? Your environment is like a physical version of those patterns. Change your environment, and you automatically change the patterns. Studies show people who keep a fruit bowl visible eat 70% more fruit. No willpower needed. Just smart design. It's exactly what happened when I put a water bottle on my desk. Suddenly I was drinking way more water without even thinking about it. Once you understand this principle, you can set up success triggers everywhere. Want to read more? Put books on your coffee table. Want to drink more water? Put bottles everywhere you sit. Your environment is like an invisible force field. It's always influencing your behavior. Once you set it up right, it works for you 24/7. Even when you're tired. Even when you're stressed. Even when you're completely unmotivated. Even the most perfectly designed environment needs a power source. That's where most people miss something crucial. Everyone talks about time management. But here's the truth. You can't actually manage time. Time moves forward no matter what. What you can manage is your energy. Have you ever had a day with plenty of free time, but you were so drained you couldn't do anything meaningful? Or maybe the opposite, you had only 30 minutes, but you were so energized you accomplished more than usual in 3 hours. We've all been there. Here's what took me years to understand. Your energy isn't just about being tired or awake. It's your capacity to make changes, to learn, to grow, to push forward. Unlike time, which we can't control, energy can be expanded. Think about that. You can upgrade your own battery. Your brain uses 20% of your body's energy. But during intense focus, that can jump up to 70%. This explains why you feel mentally exhausted after learning something new. Your brain is literally running a marathon. Recovery isn't just about rest. It's about strategic renewal. Even when you think you're doing nothing, your brain is actually consolidating learning, replenishing energy, and building new neural pathways. Mind-blowing, isn't it? Remember how we talked about environmental design? Now apply that same thinking to your energy. Design your day around your natural rhythms. Create renewal triggers. Build in recovery periods. When you master your energy, time takes care of itself.